Hi Taurus, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of this reading. So Taurus, what can you expect? Okay, so the overall energy of your reading is the Knight of Swords. This is rushing forward with that sword up of self-protection and truth and clarity. So you're going after it. It's like this energy is fast moving and you are going to seek truth. You're going to seek clarity. Let's find out why. Up here in your highest energy is the King of Cups. So these are the two highest energy cards in your reading. The King of Cups, male or female, is water, so that'd be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is about having a huge cup of love, which you do, obviously. This is in your highest energy, but you're not handing it out. You're holding it pretty close to your body. It's sitting right next to the world. The world is a new life cycle. So I think you feel like if you hand out that love, you're going to be entering a new life cycle here. And I don't know if you're ready to, because there's some truth, there's some clarity, and you might even have choices on who to hand this cup out to. Let me read on. You want to be careful in moving into your new life cycle. So you're kind of holding that cup close to your body. Next to the World card is the Five of Wands. So there is confusion, there is stress, there's anxiety associated with handing out this love and moving into a new life cycle. You're confused, you really don't know what to do. There's something going on here, and you do need to seek your truth and clarity. There's something in particular, or someone in particular you need this from. I have the Hermit right under the King of Cups. This is the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in your chart, might be strong around this reading, but this is seeking your path forward. So it is like maybe you have more than one path to take. And the Hermit here is hearing you. The universe hears you. The Hermit, I like to look around the Hermit because the Hermit is trying to help show you a path. And part of it is to get your answers, to get your truth and your clarity. So that you can let go of this cup of love and move forward. And there's one other card, and I will get to that. I have the Judgment card on the other side of the Knight of Swords. So you've been in the middle of a spiritual lesson. Your guardian angels and spirit guides have been blowing their horn down on you. They're trying to get you to awaken. They're trying to get you to, it could be a spiritual awakening rather than a lesson in itself. But it's under all this anxiety, and it lays right next to this Knight of Swords. So spiritual lessons are difficult to go through, and awakenings are difficult to get through. But I feel like you will accomplish this by seeking the truth and the clarity. That's how it feels. And then you'll be able to let go of this Five of Wands and know which path that you need to take to move into the new life cycle that is waiting for you. I have under the Hermit the Five of Cups. You've been disappointed in love. You've been let down. You've been just like disillusioned in love. Kind of a sad card looking at the spilled cups, like somebody just comes along and kicks them over, when you just work so hard to get them full. Well, there's two full cups behind, not tipped over, behind this figure. So I call this the card of hope. And this is under the Hermit card. So the Hermit shining the lantern on, don't look at the disappointments you've had in love. Look at the hope, because right now you're kind of focused on tower moments, things blowing up. You don't want to be in this situation again. Everybody's had their tower moments, and you have too. So, but there's still hope. Everything's not over with because you've had a tower moment here, a falling apart of, So this is why you need to seek your truth and your clarity. in order to choose your path forward. Right next to the Tower here is the Page of Swords. And this is under the Judgment card. So you're on guard. And I think that your guardian angels and spirit guides, they want you to be cautious. You're not swinging the sword. They just want you to be cautious about the path that you do choose to take. And you are. And this is a sword of truth and clarity. This is a sword of truth and clarity. Both these. On guard until you get your truth and you get your clarity. Perhaps you still need closure on a previous Tower moment. And perhaps, that's the whole reason that you have your guard up. Because you know how things can turn out. We all do. Let me see what the second half has for you. Ooh, Taurus. Well, Taurus, okay, up here in your highest energy is the Emperor. This is the card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart someplace or in someone else's chart around this reading. But more importantly, this is about being stubborn, kind of fixed-minded, liking to be a leader at things. Just kind of holding your own, like standing by your principles, so to speak. Very well liked and respected by others. But this is right up here next to your confusion. Now, the energy is in your energy, your highest energy line, but there might be someone else here, and let me keep reading. So next to the Emperor is the Four of Swords. You have spent time alone, seeking advice from the universe, meditation, prayer, seeking your truth, seeking your clarity. I feel like this is still from the Tower moment. You've been holding back your love. I think there's a soulmate here. This is somebody you might have known since childhood sometime. But you've definitely known them in another life. Maybe a water sign, maybe a fire sign, maybe even be an Aries. But the thing is there's a gesture being made here. It's an offer, and there's a flower in it. I get this feeling they're coming back. And they really might be a fire sign. I have the King of Wands. Male or female, the King of Wands is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. All right? They're part of your judgment, this learning experience. Something you had to learn before moving into this new life cycle. They are holding a staff of new beginnings and fresh starts, and they have their hand on their hip. And it's like they're ready to get up and go. And I feel like this is the Emperor, too. They really might be Aries, but they're not. They just carry the energy of, wanting a fresh start and a new beginning. There's a Page of Pentacles right next to the King of Wands. And under what you've been meditating over, praying over, seeking your truth and clarity, it feels like this relationship might have blown up because there was a lack of pentacles. This is about security, stability, groundedness, maybe even commitment. It's young. It's a young card. Perhaps that was the whole problem, was that was never offered. It never got to that point, but they're back. It looks like they're back. I got the Three of Cups right here, right under the King of Wands. Emperor, King of Wands, Three of Cups. So then we have next to the Page of Pentacles, which, you've really taken some time to yourself, spent some time alone, and this is like soul searching, meditating, praying for your truth and clarity on the matter. You may be even hoping for them to return after this Tower moment. You seek your truth and clarity here. You might reach out to them in a conversation which might start the whole thing up again. I have the Two of Pentacles next to the Page of Pentacles and under the Six of Cups. There's confusion here. You're like, I don't know. Look at all the emotions here. The water, just the ships are bouncing along. So this is about love and security, and that's exactly on both sides of this card. So I feel like they're coming back in, and I feel like it's going to be a confusing point for you, and you're really going to have to do some thinking. You're off balance. It throws you off balance, whether or not this is a good thing for you. But Then I get down here to the Three of Cups under the King of Wands. It's a very happy reunion for them and you. And this is with the Page of Swords too. So, you're on guard about them coming back, although it's like you're getting your wish. I think you wished them back. I think you manifested them to come back by being in the state of the Four of Swords. They do return and they do want to start over again. This is a happy reunion. It's right next to the Nine of Cups, which is under the Page of Pentacles. So, they come back in. You've been holding back your love. You've had your love on a shelf here. But you know what? I think they have too. And I think they've been going through a lot of like spiritual lessons, a lot of meditating, soul searching, things like that. I think a lot of the same things you've been going through since this Tower moment. And so they come back and they decide to offer cups. And there's cups being exchanged here. It's joyful. And it looks to me as if, and right above, this Two of Pentacles, all this confusion with the love and the security, is that they're willing to focus and work on this relationship. And this is what they're trying to get across to you when they return. That, yeah, they do want to give this a try. They want to actually give it a real, honest to goodness try and to work and build on this relationship. So let me take out another card, the King of Swords. King of Swords, possible air energy. That'd be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in your chart or around this reading. But this is about being, in self-protection mode and just kind of got your sword up and you're looking for that truth and you're looking for that clarity. It falls right on the Emperor and right on all this confusion, stress, and anxiety that you have about moving into a new life cycle and handing your love out again. Because you've been kind of just keeping it on the shelf behind you since this Tower moment. So you're on guard. They're coming back. And it looks like you will rekindle this relationship, but not without knowing a lot of answers and getting a lot of truths. So, wow, Taurus, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance.